Patrick Mahomes, Nick Scorton, MLB trading period, the Phillies, and LeBron James. There's all the topics on the 9th episode of the second season of Friday Night Leagues with Jon Gordon. I'm Jon Gordon, and I'll just take a little bit of your time to tell you about the most recent news that's happening around the major leagues. Welcome in, and let's get started. Alrighty, let's start off with Patrick Mahomes. On December 14th, 2025, Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL and LCL. Well, 7 months later, today, Patrick Mahomes has been cleared to practice again. 7 months after tearing his ACL and LCL, he's practicing again. That is unheard of, absolutely crazy. And let's do some comparisons between two people who tore their ACL, Patrick Mahomes and another, just to show you how crazy it is that Patrick Mahomes is coming back 7 months after tearing his ACL and LCL. That other player that I'm comparing with is Micah Parsons. Because Micah Parsons tore his ACL, just his ACL, on the same exact day. On the exact same day. But Micah Parsons hasn't been cleared to play again or to come back to practice. And he isn't going to be cleared. He isn't going to be cleared and doesn't have a projection to play until mid-October. Yes, you're hearing that right. Mid-October is when Micah Parsons, who only tore his ACL, will be back. And Patrick Mahomes is already back. This is just crazy. I have never seen this before. This is just so out of the ordinary, and it is crazy to see. Now let's switch off to Nick Scorton. Panthers fans, this is going to hurt. This is going to hurt really, really bad. Because Nick Scorton, a standout linebacker for the Carolina Panthers, has tore his ACL. And he's out for the season. Yes, you're hearing this right. Nick Scorton is out for the season after tearing his ACL. The Panthers have been really doing well in rebuilding and helping out that defense to maybe finally make a real push, on that defensive side to maybe a top 10 defense. But now losing Nick Scorton is a real blow to the defense of a team that really, really needed him. Now let's switch off to the MLB trading period, because the MLB trading period is here. It is here. There hasn't been any trades so far, but when a trade does happen, I will have the report. Now let's switch off to the Phillies. It's been a little while since I announced anything of the Phillies. With the All-Star Weekend happening and everything, it kind of fell through the cracks. But now it's time to make it the report. The Phillies are now 47-29 since letting go of Rob Thompson. As I said before, we went from nothing to, an actual contender for the playoffs. We're coming for you, Atlanta. We're still behind by a few games, but I know my Phillies will be able to make a push to maybe take over the NL East. But I'm just happy that, we're even in the race, and I'm just loving some Don Mattingly right now. Now let's switch off to the final report. This is an NBA report from LeBron James. And this is the report you have all been waiting for, and I have as well. Last week I said, I've been waiting for LeBron to make his decision, and the words that I would utter when he finally does, it would, be a world shaker. Well, guess what? They're here. Because LeBron James has made his decision. Yes, LeBron James has made his decision and signed with the team. You are hearing this right. I'm shaking on how crazy it is. But LeBron James finally made his decision. And some of you might think he went back to Miami. Some of you might think he went back to Cleveland. Well, he took a different road and trusted the process. Because LeBron James has decided to sign with the 76ers. Yes, the Philadelphia 76ers has signed LeBron James to a 2-year, $8 million player option deal. This is crazy. This is absolutely nuts. Because now the Sixers have one of the scariest starting fives of all the NBA for next season. You know, I'm ready to see how this team does, and hopefully, LeBron, Jalen, Tyrese, VJ, and Joel, the starters for the Sixers, can bring home a championship. Yes, bring home a championship, Sixers. But that is all I have for the 9th episode of the 2nd season of Friday Night Leagues with Jon Gordon. Thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your time. And please, don't forget to subscribe.